If you study music, you may not be a practicing musician, but every time you hear the sound, criticisms come in your mind. If you study medicine, you may not be a practicing physician, but whenever you pass a hospital, whenever you hear the sound of ambulances, whenever you see blood anywhere, there is a pull to do what you study. And so if you study more and use your mind, your brilliant scientific minds, to make these records, then you lay the basis for the use of them. We must have the moral judgment, the good sense to study war and beat our swords in the plowshares. Greatest threat to our environment tonight is nuclear weapons. While there is understandable concern about Saddam Hussein may get a nuclear weapon, there are 300 to 400 nuclear weapons already in the Persian Gulf tonight. And Plan A is to strike and strike quickly. With awesome power. If Plan A fails and there's a counter strike, what is Plan B? Would we lose a war? Would we accept heavy casualties without using Plan B? We are close to a nuclear war, ushered in by an artificial date of destiny. Dr. King's birthday. Maybe his vision, his prophecy, will be the saving grace, the redemption of our nation and the salvation of our world tonight. I remember, along with a group of staff members, being with him on his last birthday. We did not know it would be his last birthday, January 15, 1968. We did not realize that April 4th, 1968 would be his death date. His last day on earth was spent focusing on organizing unorganized workers, economic justice for the least of these, social justice for everybody. But on that birthday, I remember so well, that morning he had breakfast at home with his nuclear family, his wife and children. He came to church around 10 o'clock in his work clothes. There we had with us a small group of whites and Hispanics and Native Americans and people with whom we'd never worked before, organizing a poor people's campaign. You know, a way to end racial tensions was to raise up the issue of economic justice and make everybody secure. He was organizing a poor people's campaign, preparing for another march on Washington. We spent that morning, as you honor Dr. King and as you celebrate his birthday, here's how he spent his own birthday. With family, at church, organizing a national campaign for a job and income for everybody, reviving a war on poverty, another war on the poor. A friend came in around 1 o'clock with a cake. We stopped with candles, we laughed, we ate the cake. Then around 2:30, a workshop on ways to end the war in Vietnam. A focus on how to end the war, the study of war, change national priorities and usher in world peace. He spent his own last birthday, family, war on poverty, and world peace. You can do no less tomorrow than to focus on racial justice, social justice, and peace. Because justice and peace are indivisible. You can't have a peace movement to save us more than the Persian Gulf and ignore the lack of racial justice, the gender exploitation that's taking place at home. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a broader focus than that. We must be concerned tonight. Infant mortality for African American babies is likened unto Bangladesh, an impoverished third world country. The black adults die 7 years earlier than the whites. Lives of stress. The incarceration for young African American males is 4 times greater than that of South Africa. The president would dare veto a civil rights bill in 1990 using names as hate, but in reality, that veto was against women, workers, physically disabled, Hispanics and blacks as well. As a result of lack of life options, on the one hand, the jails are full. On the other hand, 30% of the ground troops in the Persian Gulf are African American. 45% black and brown, 75% black, brown, and poor. Those who made the judgment on Saturday have no children. And because of lack of racial justice, the war breaks out. The black and the brown and the poor will burn first in the Gulf, and their parents will freeze first because of economic inflation at home. Republicans said to me on Saturday, as I talked to him about D.C. statehood, listen now, you know I'm not for this, it's a hard sell. And the fact that you get D.C. still, it's probably to have 2 Democratic senators. And maybe if there was some chance of 1 Democrat, 1 Republican, it may be more plausible. I said, are you suggesting we have 50% Democrats and 50% Republicans in the Persian Gulf? Are you saying we've got too many poor, too many black, too many brown in the Persian Gulf? If our youth are not there based upon their political party, then why impose that rule in our quest for self-determination at home? Racial justice. Because in the real sense, unless we end slavery for blacks, we cannot speak of a suffrage movement for women. In some real sense, the quest for justice and peace are indivisible. Racial justice. It tears up our coalition at home. It's needed for the peace movement for our world. Jackson Ham this year used the shaking white hand theory. white hand about to get the job, shaking. As he's about to get the job, the strong black hand pushed it back. If that strong black hand had a basketball in it, his name was Michael Jordan, it's all right.
Come on.
If that strong black hand had a football in it, and his name was Bo Jackson, it would be all right. If that strong black hand had a rifle in it pointed at Iraq, it's all right. But if it's trying to go to college to get a job,